You see more of the other Transformers here, and Prime and Bumblebee, Ironhide and Ratchet. I'm glad that they brought in Laserbeak.
Yeah.
Although it was kind of weird to hear Laserbeak talking.
Yeah.
But I was very disappointed with the Great Shockwave. Okay. Shockwave is one of my favorite Transformers ever. I have an old Shockwave toy from the 80s.
So
When we moved houses, I kept it. I still have my Shockwave toy from the 80s. It still works. If I put a square battery in, it will fire and it will make sounds. Why the fuck is he a sandworm now? You know, I know that he looks cool.
Wasn't that his pet or something?
I don't know if it was because he didn't transform. I don't recall seeing Shockwave transform.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
It's like, but the thing is, I think that worm thing was his pet because
It
even
looked
after
like it
they,
was coming out of his ass, man. Yeah.
even after they killed that thing,
Shockwave was still around.
Yeah, he was still around.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but it was a disappointment that you didn't see him turn into a cannon.
Yeah.
And I felt, first I thought the actual look of Shockwave.
visually he looked awesome.
He looked awesome.
He's still the Cyclops.
Yeah, but then he didn't have a real role to play.
Yeah.
He was just
there to bug everybody.
Yeah, that was about it. That was
Chernobyl.
That was a disappointment in that sense.
Major disappointment. I like that they gave Soundwave more of a role as later on.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of minor.
kind of minor, but at least he had more of a role. Transforming into a car. Suddenly transforming into a car.
Did he transform into a car?
It was the Mercedes.
Oh, that was him.
That was him.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was him.
He was a satellite in the last
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So I didn't even realize that was him the whole time.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that was Soundwave now.
I have to say though, the main focus in the Decepticons were really Megatron. We're still a Megatron,
Megatron and
Starscream,
Starscream, yeah.
pretty much.
Okay, this is my thing with Megatron. Like I told you earlier before we shot Waves. We see Megatron in the desert somewhere, and he can transform now into like a rusty truck. He's surrounded by chains. Why does he have a fucking cloak around his head? Is he a Bedouin now? Okay. For you anime fans, Go Nagai, the great Go Nagai who created Mazinger Z and Get the Robo and UFO Grandizer, he remade Get the Robo in the late 90s, early 2000s as Shin Get the Robo. And his main pilot, Ryoma Nagare, he ended up in a black Getter, a classic black Getter, and it had a cloak. But it was a cartoon! This is supposedly more realistic. Why the hell is Megatron? Why does he have like a turban around him? Why does like a scarf wrapped around him? That really bugged me, man.
Dude, I just think though it's because like I said before, Michael Bay, honestly, even though he enjoys the action here, he keeps the action real, but he doesn't really take the Transformers, the actual characters, seriously, because they're really just it's really
like window dressing for him.
Yeah, it's really Shia LaBeouf's story more than anything. It just so happens that the Transformers are in this,
and that's a mistake because the title of the movie is Transformers, not Sam Witwicky. That is a mistake.
That's the thing, and I think a lot of his basis for this movie, for all these movies, are the cartoons.
Yeah.
And the cartoons
are goofy.
They're goofy.
They're cartoons from 1984. We grew up on them. If you watch it now, honestly, okay, you might watch 2 episodes, but by the 3rd, you're like,
alright,
how did I find this so cool back then?
Yeah.
Because they're minimal plot. It's problem happens, problem resolved. That's it.
With the exception of the movie, because
The movie, the first animated movie was awesome. It made me cry when
Optimus Prime
died. Spoiler alert, Optimus Prime dies in the first movie. It made thousands of children cry back in the 80s. And that was mind-blowing, but here in this one, ugh.
Yeah, that and I still don't get the whole thing of why they still have facial hair or even hair.
Yeah.
Why is there a robot that's balding?
Yeah, there's a robot
the hair go like that.
Yeah, here Sentinel Prime has a goatee. I mean, okay,
it's kind of silly.
Spock when they went into the Mirror Universe in Mirror Mirror, the evil Spock had a goatee, so I kind of get
maybe
the nod
that's
there.
the nod. Yeah.
But everything else, come on, man.
It does get silly in that aspect.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of nods to Trek. I'm very thankful for as a Trekkie. There's a nod. They show a clip of Amok Time in the background, and Amok Time is the definitive when Spock undergoes Ponfar. Then there's a part later when Sentinel Prime has the classic line from Star Trek 2, where the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And again, I was like, ooh, it's Trek.
Yeah.
But overall, again, it's Nimoy, so props to Nimoy.
Yeah. And like, okay, just to like give you guys an idea of how much I enjoyed this movie. It's like I watched it twice, and the first time I watched it in Rockwell, you know, in a regular 3D cinema, it was okay. I felt okay. What's the big deal here? You know, I felt it was better than the second one, but not as good as the first one.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the big deal was about the 3D. But when I watched it on IMAX 3D last night, there's a sense of, because of the size of the screen, you get, you know, the scale of what's happening, and of course the sound system was amazing. That's what worked as well in its favor. And I don't know, that last 45 minutes of pure action worked for me. It really worked for me. It just kept on, you know, it was adrenaline rush, and after, one after another, and there were so many money shots that I liked.
Right.
And it was amazing compared to when I saw it in a regular Power Plant. And it was, because when I compared to the original that first time, it's nothing. It's like didn't do anything. So I mean,
that might play a factor.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm a bit conflicted.
Right.
You know, because this is a movie that it deserves to be watched on IMAX. But at the same time, when I watch it on Blu-ray, which I intend to get, will it still have the same feel? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing for me, because I watched it in a 2D cinema with excellent sound system in Greenhouse, but only 2D. So at the end of it, I felt that long action sequence JV was talking about was going on way too long. It's 2 hours 45 minutes, and that sequence just kept going and going, and it could have ended way early. It could have ended 5 minutes, 10 minutes in, but it just kept extending. I don't know. I mean, the last IMAX movie I watched was Tron, and I loved it. And it really takes something big for me to watch in IMAX.
Dude, I think so, because when you think about it really in IMAX, I really felt the whole visceral feel. Like, oh shit! I'm like, I feel like in the building as well. With the tension and all that. It's about to fall apart. It gives you that. I mean, it gives you that sense of vertigo.
The big screen of IMAX kind of wraps around you. Not like a regular 2D cinema where you see the sides. You're kind of limited by that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do kind of get that, but I don't know if I would be willing to spend.
That's the thing. But I don't know. I mean, dude, just take from me, I think it would be worth it. If whether someone gives you a free IMAX ticket, I would go. Yeah, definitely.
If someone were to give me a free IMAX ticket, I would consider watching it. But otherwise, I don't know. And again, the test for me is, would I buy this in Blu-ray? And right now, I have to say no. I mean, out of the 3 Transformers films, the first one, I automatically, when I heard it was coming on Blu-ray, I went for it, man. The second, refused. This third one, you have to put a gun to my head to get me to buy it on Blu-ray, because right now my priorities are to get X-Men, Green Lantern, and Thor. Those are my priorities right now. I'd rather get those on Blu-ray than this.
This one I need to get on Blu-ray.
It's just not good enough for me. It's just not good enough. Rosie Huntington-Whiteley and Leonard Nimoy, excellent. Nah, not good enough for me. Shia LaBeouf, still funny, more lead character, more lead actor type. Not good enough.